with baby daddies fucking up the feng shui. Taking care of 4 kids, Sunday to Sunday. Flyer than round trips when she hit the runway. Comedy original, she do shit her own way. Made the stage her place, moving at her own pace. Fuck with her the wrong way, it's gonna be a long day. She watch Basketball Wives, loving hip hop too. Born in 81, one day forward turned to 82. Funny, ratchet, and cute, she a winner, that's true. She don't even take L's, eating alphabet soup. Mayday, mayhem, 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 mayday, mayhem. She a cool black nerd, always been smart. Ever since she turned 8, wanted her name in the charts. Monty Python was a shit, Richard Pryor made a start. Red Fox and Eddie Murphy, inspiration to her art. Who you know got banned from the dollar store for throwing canned goods at a baby father though. She a good mother though. She ain't worried about laughs cause she gon' get a lot of those. Showtime at the Apollo though. And she paint the perfect picture telling stories up in all the jokes. You don't really want the drama, bro. Cause Mabel cool, Mayday nice, Mayday want all the smoke. Mayday, mayhem, Mayday, mayhem, Mayday, mayhem, Mayday, mayhem, Mayday, mayhem, Mayday, mayhem, Mayday, mayhem.
And welcome to another episode of Mayday Mayhem Podcast. And I am your host, Mayday Mayhem. How y'all doing? It is nice to see y'all again. Nice to hear y'all again. And as I told you, I was coming back with another one. And this time we are talking about none other than Mayor Brandon Johnson. Now, we're going to talk about Tiffany Henyard on the next one because she has been voted as the worst mayor in the country. Now, as I'm recording this podcast in the wee hours of the morning, because as you know, this is spring break. Oh, they're out. Spring break. They're out. Yeah, it's spring break. So yeah, we have children running around on spring break. So I have to utilize my time differently. And for those of you that know, that's been here with me from the beginning, y'all know there has been times where I've had to tape in my bathroom on a cell phone. So now, of course, I have upgraded to my small studio in the corner of my home to where I have, my little area. But yeah, we need to talk about Tiffany Henyard, which that will be the next episode. But this episode, as it's labeled, Chicago mayor still in hot water. Because if you don't know, a lot of people don't listen to the news, don't listen to they don't watch TV, and I get it now. A lot of people do not watch TV. They do not listen to the radio. They go about their day, they go on with their life, and it's like a horse with blinders. They're just going straight forward, and it's not necessary for them. So again, you will hear more and more different stories that you may not have heard in the news, or some people just may not know about, and it's not that, they're ignorant to the fact, or it's just because we live in a day and age where people live busy lives. Okay. We live busy lives. Everyone does. You do. I know damn well I live a very busy life. Do y'all know I feel like I'm stretched so thin right now that I could be linguine? Fuck a spaghetti. I'm linguine in this bitch. Like, I'm stretched so thin. I'm damn near see-through. Like, where's she at? I'm right here, y'all. She almost invisible. Stretched so thin. Like, I'm telling y'all, but we still have to be aware of what's going on around us. Okay. So again, this is what we're bringing, especially for the rest of 2024, because as we've seen, it has been a doozy again, especially for Chicago. Now, the Chicago has a city council meeting that takes place in front of the mayor. Just as you know, again, we're gonna get on Tiffany Henyard for the next episode. Okay, it's gonna be for the next episode. But for this one, we're on Mayor Brandon Johnson for Chicago. Now, Chicago is facing a major immigration crisis, a major measles outbreak. Yeah, I said it, measles. If you did not know, Chicago is facing a major measles outbreak where there's a shelter where we have, well, allegedly there's people with measles. And again, measles, I say measles because we haven't heard of measles in how long? Like, let's think about when was the last time we heard of measles? Like, because of course we're immunized for measles, chickenpox, and all that. When we're born, like straight out the womb, like they tapping us soon as we get out. So, we don't hear much about measles, chickenpox, mumps. I can honestly say, I have, I can honestly say I am a real product of immunization. I have never had the measles. I have never had the mumps. I have never had the chicken pox. Neither have my children. We have pretty good immune systems. Our immune systems are tight. But um, there is a major um, there's a major outbreak of measles and its exposure on CTA buses and at public schools. Now, allegedly, people are saying this because of the immigration crisis that we're having, because when the migrants came to Chicago seeking help, can't get the word out, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They were not immunized. And you're going to hear some of this while we dissect the Forbes coverage of the whole city council with Mayor Brandon Johnson. You're going to hear it. And we're going to dissect it. I'm going to stop it and we're going to talk a little bit about it, because there are some things that's mentioned, just like Mayor Harold Washington, the sanctuary city. Now, and I hate that Mayor Harold Washington name is being drug into this, because Mayor Harold Washington stood for so many good things. And when he made it a sanctuary city, it was to stop ICE from taking illegal immigrants out of Chicago. Taking them out, it would be a place for them to come and stay, to work, and not to be automatically taken from. It was in that aspect. It wasn't to be used as a crutch for political gain. And as I've spoke to a lot of Chicagoans and a lot of people in the Chicago area, they see this as a ploy. This is what is being done. And sanctuary city is being thrown around so much that now the word is being, it has no meaning anymore. And now again, let's not forget the people, and we are talking about people, immigrant status, migrant status or not, let's still be real. We're talking about people. Okay, let's be real. We're talking about human beings. These people are being put in quote unquote shelters. However, the shelters are contaminated, they're leaking water, um they're they're old factories that have not been used in 20, 30 years. Let's not forget, y'all. Let's not forget. Before we watch this, let's remember Mayor Johnson wanted to build a tent city over contaminated land to where the governor and the Illinois EPA had to step in and tell him, excuse me, sir, pardon me, excuse me, hi, hi, we're Illinois EPA, um, little billion-dollar governor mayor Prickster, because that's what he likes to be called. Billion-dollar governor Prickster sent us, and you can't build here because it's it's contaminated land. And I've said this before. It was only 6 inches of gravel between the contaminated land and the contamination. And he dug up so much contaminants. Oh, we dug up and disposed of it. What about the people in that area that was exposed to all the alkaline, the lead, the zinc, and other contaminants that was found? Oh, yeah, and we dug in that spot and that spot. And they had been saying for years on end, this is contaminated land. Let's be real. If you really want to be truthful about it, if you really want to know some real Chicago history, all of Chicago's land so far down is contaminated. It's all contaminated land. Let's be real. Chicago used to be a slaughterhouse, factory house. It was factory site. So I'm pretty and the places where, little do people know, a lot of places where these migrants are staying are old factories that have not been in use for years. So, am I surprised that measles are being in an outbreak? No, I'm not going to be shocked if we see chicken pox or mumps. A lot of childhood diseases that people my age and a little bit younger have not seen or heard of. And now, of course, it's breaking out in the schools because soon as school started, the children were automatically put into the schools with our kids. When I say our kids, I mean the city kids that are already here in the schools. And let's remember, a lot of schools was closed down. A lot of statewide, citywide functions were closed down. A lot of senior functions was closed down. And let's not forget, amongst all everything else, the violence in Chicago is at the most high. And then at the same time, the mayor can be quoted saying that, don't demonize the youth. But you have literally 8 to 10-year-olds stealing cars and literally robbing people at gunpoint, to where now you have robberies you have, no lie, 10 robberies within the 4-block radius that happens within 15 minutes. I'm not going to say 15 minutes, within the hour, because 10 blocks. Seriously. To where one lady was literally robbed. Then they double back around and assaulted her again. This is what's happening in Chicago. And people are tired of the crime, of the violence. And you're going to hear about this. Now, this was recorded 2 weeks ago. Okay. This is on March 20th, 2024. And this is a city council meeting over residents in Chicago. Y'all don't know. I wish I could go. I wish I could go, but I can't because I reside right. I reside right in that little limit that I can't go. I can't go. I can't go. And I know what y'all saying. Girl, get you some family members that can go. I tried. They said no. They said no. Get your little bad ass out of here. Nope. You a little bit too ghetto for us. I'm like, dang, I'm too ghetto for y'all. But okay. Sometimes I can be a little bit outspoken. I'll give y'all that. But okay, I ain't gonna go. I'll just watch from the bushes. And I'll speak on the side. But seriously, um, this is something that needs to be spoken about. And you're going to see a pattern. You're going to see a pattern. And what's the pattern? You're going to hear it. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to stop it and I'm going to start it in between. But you're going to see the pattern as we stop and as we go. But let's go ahead and start.
Speakers cannot yield or transfer their time to another speaker. Any written comments that have been submitted will be posted and made available for automatic review. The first speaker today is Cassia Jones.
Please, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm a constituent of the Gage Park neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Since June, you decided to turn our park into a shelter. Our community is running lawless with illegal Venezuelans taking over our streets. We feel like prisoners in our own homes. As a taxpayer, we can't even enjoy our own park anymore. We are unable to take walks. Our amazing programs have been removed, especially for the disabled children that live near this park.
There's a big government scandal going on that you need to know about it. The government is actually stealing money from unsuspecting property owners.
Why is it always?
We worked hard to improve our.
Why is it always a commercial when I'm trying to do something? You know, they always they trying to tell us something, y'all. Trying to tell us something. But anyway, I didn't watch this 100 times to make sure, but here they go. But we're gonna keep going. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Our park, our neighborhood, but because of your irresponsible move, this is not impossible. Their illegal cars are parking on the residents' permit street. They are selling food without permit, causing traffic, yet no police.
And I have to agree with that because we in Chicago, especially in Chicago, you need a permit. You need a permit. You almost need a permit to wipe your ass. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. You could sell food, candy, and again, this is a Hispanic resident that is speaking of her experience of the Venezuelan immigrants. Let's call it what it is. And y'all, allegedly, I have to tell y'all allegedly because I'm telling y'all what I want y'all to know. Allegedly, Venezuela emptied their prisons. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just letting y'all know.
Police reinforcement to help us. Guys are standing on the side of the building doing God knows what, riding their bicycles around the neighborhood and looking to break into our houses.
And I just want to say, look at this right here. Look at this right here, y'all. Look how disrespectful everyone is to when this woman is talking. They're sitting there having a conversation. Shouldn't everybody be listening? It's so disrespectful that the city, the citizens, now everybody in Chicago pays everybody up his salary. Everybody in Chicago pay everybody's salary. But you mean to tell me you can't take now? These meetings are only 30 minutes, literally 30 minutes. The city council for them to talk is only 30 minutes. You can't give me 30 minutes of your undivided attention. 30 minutes. That's all I'm asking for. 30 minutes. You can't give the city 30 minutes of your undivided attention with everybody sitting in their seats quiet, not moving. Like you can't do that. It's so disrespectful. That lets you know that public view shows that allegedly you don't care. We as the public, and me from my opinion speaking, you don't even care. If I'm talking to you and you sitting around moving, doing anything else instead of sitting here listening to me or actually paying attention, you sitting here talking to somebody else, how are you listening to me? I'm just saying.
Garages and cars. Smoking weed and drink in the park in broad daylight. You guys threw us to the wolves, and now we have to deal with the trouble you brought to our neighborhood. Unlike the illegals, as a legal immigrant myself, I know what I had to do to enter your country. I was required to do a background check, vaccinations, pay an expensive fee, bring a work letter from my previous job. Shall I go on?
Now, she's saying she was an immigrant that had to come to the country. She had to have vaccinations. She had to show her work permit. She had to do a lot of things to show that, she was legit, who she said she was. So that's her grievance. And it's a lot of other Hispanic and other cultures that live in Chicago that have the same grievance. I've been here 20 years. I've been here 30 years. I've been here 40 years. And I can't get a visa. I can't get the work status. I can't get the papers, but others can, and they flaunt about it. That's the problem.
Some might be good, but the others are here to cause trouble. For example, my neighbors had their car broken into, packages stolen from their front yards, and someone peed on my property.
Peed on her property. Peed.
I'm requesting Alderman Vasquez, Mayor Johnson, and those who made this decision to walk our neighborhood and see what's happening there. You want to look good by helping them, yet we taxpayers are left behind. We are now being put in harm's way because of the crimes they commit in our neighborhood. Your no-consequence policy tells them it's okay to commit these damn crimes. Now, what about the citizen and the legal immigrants who came before them? We're still waiting years for our own families to enter this country legally. It is frustrating to see our voice censored and feeling
comments that have been
again. They don't have a problem, but it's the legality of it. Why can't it be done legally? It's not it's the fairness.
Damn crimes. Now, what about the citizen and the legal immigrants who came before them? We're still waiting years for our own families to enter this country legally. It is frustrating to see our voice censored and feeling hopeless. Finally, we know the illegals are returning in the middle of the night, parking our residential permit area, acting if the shelter is a bed and breakfast. They need to leave now. We want our park back, and we demand that. It's not fair. You guys putting us in jeopardy. Kids cannot go outside. 2 weeks ago, someone was peeing in my yard. A lady grabbed a branch off a tree and took my package from Amazon. They are breaking to cars. 6:53 a.m. I have videos to prove. Break into cars, and we cannot do nothing about it. Cops come, they see, and they go away. Selling food all the time.
Thank you very much for your.
And let's not forget, we also have the no cash bail here. So you could allegedly commit something and walk off. Like it's
Comments. Our next speaker is Michael Young Bay.
Wow. Honest.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning. I'm more so in celebration mode. See, I came down here for homelessness, and try to get housing, rental assistance, etc. And it seemed like y'all playing a political game with my family, and I'm a straight shooter. So you just got, I can withstand the truth. So I can understand somebody say, no, we ain't giving y'all nothing. I can respect that. Just tell me just like that. I ain't helping you get nothing. But y'all giving these migrants something. They keep on coming down here, the people pressing, hey, this what's going on in our neighborhood. This what's going on in our neighborhood. And then the news.
Just look how disrespectful they is. She writing, these two talking, she doing some, she writing, he looking at his phone, and he got his hands in his pocket.
News don't even show what need to be shown. That's right, fake news. That's why you got more real news right here. You see, because I've been doing investigations, because when them migrants first came to the 49th Ward, I gave them clothes. I gave them coats. You see, so I know what's going on. And I kept saying that for the longest. Well, I know you people don't know what's going on to the extent with this migrant and this immigration stuff. Because if y'all so much saying that Texas doing this and Texas doing that, why everybody college parked outside them shelters that's employees, their license plates have Texas on there. Give me that job, man. I do security. Why you giving this to somebody from Texas? You see, that's what's going on. Don't help me come out here. I told y'all, I had to let go last time because it's stuff involving my child. So me as a father, and I know that these places are against fathers. They're against husbands. I'm a married man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm standing up for men. I'm standing up for these homeless shelters that y'all got our people in that got mold, that got rats, that got roaches, bed bugs, etc. And y'all putting them in nice hotels. What's going on with that? How's our people? Y'all that bring Chicago home needed to fail. And I push for it to fail. Because if you want to bring the citizens of Chicago home, them people that's already in shelters, especially our veterans, they died for us. They died for us, especially our veterans. Put them in CHA property. House them. You ain't got to spend no dime as much as the millions and billions that been spent.
Now, to bring Chicago home was a vote put in to where it would raise taxes. And that tax raisal on property will go towards homeless. But we've been having a homeless problem for the longest and been asking for help for the homeless problem for the longest. And what everyone is enraged about is there's a migrant crisis. And instead of you saying, as the mayor, tell, the governor, look, we're no longer a sanctuary city. We have enough, and take care of what we have here. You're steady saying, no, bring more and more. We have more than enough room. And we don't have enough room. And you're putting in places where there are food shortages. When I say food shortages, I mean, there are not a lot of stores. They're literally like no Aldi's, no Jewels. Shit, I was gonna say Dominic, so I'm telling my age. There are no Save-A-Lots, no Food for Less. There's none. It's a food desert. And so now you're already taking a place where there are low resources and compacting more people there, where the resources are already limited. The resources are already limited. So now you have a problem. You have an issue. And you have already an outcry of people saying, look, we need some money. We need some resources. We need our places fixed up. And when you hear CHA property, that is federally run property for people that do not have enough income. And he is completely right. We have homeless families, homeless veterans that are on the street, that if you put them in CHA properties, which is also federally run properties, the federal government is going to give you a check for them. Then again, the veterans are taken care of, the homeless families that are already out here are taken care of, and again, you have resources to feed off of. I have been speaking about this for years, about how many properties there are in Chicago on the west and especially the south side that are vacant. At one time, it was like 5,500 vacant properties. And I'm not saying, oh, this is just a house that has 4 or 5. No, when I say vacant properties, I'm talking about buildings that can house at least 6 to 7 families, that all it has to be done is renovated, fixed out. Just put some new drywall, regut it, fix it out, and you can literally rehab this place and put families into this, literally neighborhoods that can be family rebuilt, especially on the south side. And you won't do that. You won't put that money into that. But yet 93 million, I apologize, around 93 million was given, don't forget now, under the table to Garter World, allegedly, for tents to be put on contaminated ground. Again, that money could have been put towards to build up property so that even the people that's already homeless could have had a place to stay. See? And then you could have already had more property built up for the migrants coming in, and still put a halt on how many come in, because you would have had enough room. Now you have people compacted on people, and you haven't given the resources to the people that were here first. Remember, it's like first come, first serve. And now you have people that's literally jumping the line, and now you have an outrage. So that's literally what we're seeing here.
For these immigrants here, these migrants here, these asylum seekers here, which ultimately are illegal here. And there's people here that been going on the radar. They can't get a green card or work permit, and they've been here 20, 30 years. Seniors panhandling on the street because they can't get nothing. I'm for the people. And I ain't come to...
Thank you. Thank you very much for your comments. Our next speaker is Mrs. Lawrence.
Again, that it's only 27 minutes, 30 minutes. They only get 30 minutes to speak at each person.
I want to buy your house. I can pay.
Again, I don't know why. They always want to get you. They always want to get me when I'm trying to do something. They always want to get me. Never fails. They never fails when I'm trying to do something. They always want to get you. We ain't giving them none of that. No. Now again, they're only getting like 3 minutes.
What does it prosper a man or profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul? We're going to start off with scripture because Mr. Johnson, you love quoting and thumping scriptures up there. And this is something I think is special for you. So I thought I would state that to you.
Uh-oh.
We're going to talk about this executive order of yours that
Uh-oh.
comes from 2023-16, where I'm not going to read it all because I don't have the time. But
Uh-oh.
one thing I want to point out is how you made it clear that you're going to stick these people in our neighborhoods.
See?
And that we have to just accept it.
See?
That's absolutely not. Because
See?
we've talked about this since last year, when most of you older people who did not stand up with us and reject the sanctuary city. Now, I got a problem with that. And I spoke that on December 14th. So I think we need to cut down the staff of the older people here. How about that?
Look at
because
it
you all are not all representing us. How about those who stood up and represented us? Then you stay in your offices. But the rest of you, goodbye. Because that's how we're going to see it when it's time to vote. That's where we're going with that. Home Illinois 2021, that's when it came out, and Bring Chicago Home. Robbery. They both are for homeless causes that you all claimed they're for.
Told you.
You and Prisker need to sync up because both of you all are trying to pull the same number, which you claim is homeless. And I think you might recall that I said, I'm out here helping the homeless. I got a recording from a homeless that also said, y'all just don't care. You just don't care. There, hearing it straight from the homeless. Now, WOTC, Work Opportunity Tax Credit, 400 plus businesses. Hyatt, which is Prisker's company, all are hiring refugees and kicking all of y'all out. Now, how about that for news? That's not being broadcast. See, I do my digging, I do my research, and all of you all will know when I step up here to this mic, I bring the facts. I don't bring no opinions. So you all need to be careful of how you think you're treating us because we coming for this. We bringing our city back. We removing all these illegals that's breaking our rules and laws, and we're fed up. So it needs to stop. Get your police out there and stop them breaking these laws. I got a lot more to say, but since my time is up, I think I picked on the most important, essential matter. Get it cleaned up.
And see, again, people, we are living an age of time where we can literally pick up a phone, we can pick up a computer and research and literally go see on our own. We don't have to take the word of what the news tells us because, again, as we now know, the news doesn't tell us everything. There are things that does not report on the news. And a lot of people don't watch the news.
Thank you.
And again, they're only given 3 minutes, and it's only 30.
Thank you very much for your comments. Our next speaker is George Blakemore.
Oh, my homie coming up.
Please, wait now. Wait now. I don't want y'all to steal my minute. Even though those clocks are up here on me, they tick quietly.
Now, this man is going to speak some knowledge. He reminds me of my grandfather, like a pawpaw that's going to tell you the truth. Even if you don't want to hear it, he going to tell you, baby, your ass stink. You may need to wash it or something is going on, baby. I don't know. You're going through some sugar. He will be one of those that will, oh, Pop, how did you know I broke up with Jimbo? Well, baby, you know Jimbo won shit. You know, so you may need to go in there, wash your ass, do something, and you'll feel better. You know, he's that type. He's going to be very vocal. He's going to be very genuine, and he's real. That's all I can say. So listen to what this man has to say.
And quickly, illegal immigrants. Something is wrong with black people. You got all these black faces in high places, and you get nothing. Who will let knock on my door? I don't know you. Where you come from? Who's your mama, your daddy? Are you a criminal? Are you a pedophile? You're not getting in.
Huh.
You're not, no. Your ass not getting in.
What a
Excuse
team.
me. You know, I don't know nothing about you. The young lady say a background check. Who are these people? Where did these people come from? Why would you bring them here? And why would you push them on the black community, the most poor of all? We are in a caste system here. And at the bottom of this caste system, black people. I'm not talking about India. I'm talking about right here. And you got the audacity, you black ones I'm talking to, the audacity to bring in an illegal immigrant. Why would you do this? Sell out. And your mama. House in. Yes, I said it.
He said it.
Because that's the way you act. It's something wrong here. It's something evil here. It's something corrupt here. What is it, Mr. Blakemore? All of these people here are Democrats. All of them are Democrats. Well, over in China, they got a one-party system. In Chicago, they do too. Yes, the most corrupt city in the United States. The most racist city in the United States. Who said that? Dr. King? Dr. King, what is your criteria for corruption? Bert and all of them get indicted, stealing, and just terrible here. And these young people are coming here and they're looking at me and they're looking at you. Now, you all make your opinion. It's something evil here, something corrupt here, something un-American here. You gonna bring in the illegals? When they wade across the Rio Grande, they're not wading across to help black people. But they are selfish people, and we black people gotta be selfish. Self-preservation is the first law of nature. And that preacher talking about loving everybody. Black people love you. Love you.
Thank you very much for your comments. Our next speaker is Joanna Galen.
Love you.
Again. Again, this is
Thank you,
across
Mr. Blakemore.
the
We are moving on to our next
board
speaker.
of
Thank you.
Chicago, across
Please.
the board of Chicago.
Hi to everyone. My name is Juana Galan. I'm from Gage Park neighborhood. I'm here to say to all representatives, you are the one who put us in this issue, and we are the taxpayers. The taxpayers. We are the ones who put you there. So the less you can do is do your job and bring us our safety back. And I have the right to say it in Spanish as well, and I will.
Go ahead,
Estoy
girlfriend.
representando a la comunidad de Gage Park. Ustedes pusieron este problema en nuestras manos. Trajeron a los refugiados a nuestra comunidad. La mayoría de nosotros ni siquiera lo supo hasta que ya estaban ahí. Nosotros nos quejamos porque están haciendo de nuestras vidas un problema. Mis hijos no pueden salir al parque. Mis hijos ni siquiera pueden estar en mi propia yarda porque se quejan del olor de la marihuana. Algo que antes no pasaba. Tal vez nuestros vecindarios no eran los mejores para vivir, pero ustedes lo han hecho peor. Nosotros los pusimos en donde están y ustedes tienen la obligación de escucharnos. Y también se lo digo a los medios de comunicación. Si yo me quejo en español, espero que los medios de comunicación en español se hagan presente. Gracias, Univisión, por estar presente y por hacer nuestra voz que se escuche. We want our safety back. It's not fair for our kids. It's not fair for our elders. It's not safe for our special kids' needs. You take the field house from us. And our neighborhood is trash now. I dare you to walk by there at night. And I promise you, you will not like it and you will not be back there. Les pido a nuestros representantes hispanohablantes, Están ahí por una razón, los pusimos por una razón, porque confiamos en ustedes y nos están fallando. The system is failing us. We are the ones who put you there, and we are the ones who can take you back the power. That's all.
Thank you.
And she's right. This is failing the Black, brown community in Chicago. And pretty much what she was saying is they mess with the parking. All they do is smoke weed, and it's no communication for them. Don't nobody speak Spanish for them when they go, to try to get help. It's no communication. And it's not fair because they pay taxes. Again, and she's absolutely right. So again, this goes on for 30 minutes. And it's just to show you that it's really scary. It's scary. I'm gonna link the link below for the rest of the video, but it just goes to show you, like for real, how scary this is becoming. That not only are citizens faced with crime, but they're also faced with the dangers of not knowing. We don't have proper representation for us. We don't have, people that's put in power that we think are going to change for the better are not changing. And then you've heard Mayor Johnson say, he's a Black man, and and you've heard, like Tiffany Henyard, use the Black card. But again, you using the race card doesn't make it any better. Why is that? Because it makes that race card look bad because you're doing bad things, and we clearly see that you doing some shady ish. We can clearly see that you doing some shit. We can clearly see it. We see you, boo. We see straight through it. So we have to take that in mind and really think about. Take a sip of my tea. And really think about when people speak, are they really genuine? Because now they elected Brandon Johnson because he was part of the school board. He talked a good game. People really believed in him. Same way with Tiffany Henyard. She had good ideas, good dialogue, good intentions, but it was like no sooner the power hit, all that is game over. Now, again, Chicago is being ravaged with crime across the board. Not only unviolence, but just violence, period. That you would never think of even happening. Like, what? So again, we have to take in mind of who we appoint as judges, who we appoint as on these parole boards, literally, because it does make a difference. It does make a difference, because it looks like we're almost in a time where people don't care. It's all about literally dollar signs. But it also looks like we're in a time of where people are being exposed for the misconception that they're doing. So if you out here doing that BS and you out here on that ish and you doing things just to get like a one up on somebody, or to, I can't even explain how, be like doing stuff to be corrupt or doing things harmful in a negative intent, it's catching up with you. If you're not doing something genuine, as you can see in 2024 said, look, I'm coming through the door and I'm knocking everybody ass out. If you look at it, 2024 has came in the door. Even Cat Williams said, Diddy, TG Jakes, all of them got to go. And as you can see, Brandon Johnson, I'm finna let up off your ass for a second. I don't want to, but I am, because this is in transition to how everybody is getting something, especially if you're doing some corrupt stuff. Look at literally, seriously, what Diddy is doing. Allegedly, we have to say allegedly. Look at all the lawsuits that's came out against him. It started with Cassie, and now it has ballooned into raids on the house and other people coming forward, and people fail to realize it wasn't 2 raids, it was 3 raids. They raided his house in California, what was it, Florida, and the one in New York. The one in New York wasn't allegedly the one in New York isn't widely spoken about, but allegedly the one in New York was also raided. And if you look at Gene Deal, this someone that's been speaking about Puffy for years. So you literally have to look at the events of this year. Like, is this the year that everyone that's doing bad is going to get their karma, and everyone that's been trying to do good is going to get their good karma? Because it seems like that is teetering that way, because everyone that's been doing bad things, it looks like, whoa, my bad, you get you some bad stuff been happening to you, famo. And people that have been doing good things, and have not been getting their quote unquote good karmic recognition for it, have been kind of coming to the light and have been, showing themselves. So again, is that this year for that? Like, is this the year of enlightenment? Is this the year of, the time of all the, some shit to be revealed? Because let's not forget, if if allegedly these allegations are true against Diddy, that's a whole nother show we're gonna have to do, because that is a whole nother rabbit hole deep dive. Like, that would be like a 3-hour show. Like, that would have to be cut into segments, because that would have to be a series, to be honest with you, because that would be insane. It's so much allegedly collateral damage that the undefeated internet has on Diddy, that it would make R. Kelly look like a choir boy. Like, it makes R. Kelly look like, boy, you ain't do nothing. And allegedly, from other interviews that you've seen online from like Jaguar Wright, allegedly Jay-Z would make P. Diddy look like a quiet boy. So, and there has been alleged rumors flying around about Beyonce and Jay-Z that I'm literally just hearing like about late last year about those alleged things like doing witchcraft and all. I'm like, what? So again, is this the year that if you've been doing like some really bad, corrupt stuff and like bad stuff like that, like, oh crap, it's about to go down. Like, is that year for this? And people that have been on the straight and narrow and trying to be good and be wholesome and stay in the right path and being themselves, is this year for them to excel and say, hey, I was just trying to be me, be myself. I ain't have nothing to do with none of that stuff. You know, just like Denzel once said, you always, lead a party for the devil arrives, you know. Have you ever heard of all these little scandals? Like even Cuba Gooding Jr. was involved. I'm like, that was a new one to me. Like, what? Cuba out here allegedly touching folks too? What? I was shocked at that. I'm like, nah, Cuba ain't out here touching people, y'all. I'm like, nah, he ain't touching folks. No, he not, y'all. Like, he ain't touching nobody. And I'm like, he touching people too, allegedly? But like, you've never heard things like that about like Denzel or other acclaimed actors like that, because they're never at those type of parties. They might be at a photo because they might be at the Grammys with these same people and take a picture with them at the Grammys because we're at the same award ceremony. But after the award ceremony, I don't go to the after party. No. Hey, yo, coming to the after party. Hey, yo, no, I'm not. So again, and even allegedly Ice Cube is coming forward. So again, there are so many pieces that can come forward. It's certain things that you never like again, when I say Ice Cube, we're talking about when he says about his gatekeepers. And in certain aspects of certain things, there are gatekeepers. There are. So and that's what every thing, quote unquote gatekeepers, when they say that means, that hierarchy, that look click. That's why I'm not a clicky person. I hang out with everybody. Hey, how you doing? Well, I ain't gonna say I hang out with everybody, because if your energy is not aligned with me, I'm not gonna hang out. No, no. But I pretty much am the type of free spirit that I like to that energy. I like that good energy. It's a type of energy, and I can kind of sense that. Ooh, like, oh, okay, this is not a good time. That not a good time type of energy, or this motherfucker don't like me type of energy, or you could kind of sense that. So some people, how you say you could feel the tension in the room, you could cut it with a knife, like y'all know what I'm saying. Stop playing. But we have to look at, again, going back to the subject at hand, to get ready to end this podcast. We have to look at the people at hand and who we have, who we have, in charge. Who do we put, who do we put in charge? And why do we put these people in charge? Like, why do we put these people in charge? We put these people in charge because We believe they're going to make a difference. Why did everyone have so many dreams and aspirations and loyalty to Diddy? Because people thought Diddy could change something. People thought Diddy was the man because they saw him go from just being an assistant to being, Bad Boys for Life, a whole record label. People, saw something dramatic and thought, oh, that's a big change, I'm trying to but didn't see the real underbelly of it until it was you're into the thick of it. Now Chicago is into the thick of it to where it's a crime problem. It's again a measles outbreak within the schools and on the trains and buses. It's a crime. Like I said, crime is number one. It's profound shootings. We have no bail law here. So like pretty much if you never did a crime, allegedly, if you've never done a crime, and let's say you commit a crime, the no cash bail is like pretty much you can walk out. You long as you haven't done a crime, you can leave. And we've had a mass of crime lately, from robberies to shootings to carjackings to just crazy stuff. As you heard the woman say, somebody peed on her lawn and just took a branch. So I mean, they probably pooped too and took a branch and just wiped their butt and left it there. Like, who does that? Like, and then they stealing her packages, like, and again, I implore you in your free time to listen and watch the whole entire thing, because it's a lot more information that if you listen to, you get more of an understanding of what's going on. You hear a young man speak about how he wanted to make a film about Harold Washington and how he was denied so many funds, but they have funds for everything else, but funds for black people with kinky hair and, dark-skinned people, but they have funds for everybody else, but not him. How you hear how it's only because everyone voted Democrat. It's it's now a political game. That's why you heard the other gentleman say, China has a one-party system, so does Chicago, because everyone there is Democrat. And this is how allegedly they treat everyone. That's why he made that comment. And if you listen, again, I guess I'm going to put the link below. You will hear other residents say, they will not be voting the same way when it's time for election again. They will not. So it's just sad. It's really sad that it's come to this, that you put people in power for change. But again, it's the same thing over and over again. As my mother say, time repeats itself. It's just different players. It's the same game, different players. You put people in charge thinking they're going to change, and when that actual time comes, they don't change. It's very far few in between that people do exactly as they say. And when you do find those people that actually do as they say, they are so rare that it's like, whoa, you're shocked. Like, oh my God, you actually did what the hell you said you was gonna do. Like, you did what you said you was gonna do, and You ain't trying to stick me for extra dollar a coin? Like, no, I'm not. Like, oh, okay. And keep my guards up, So that, unfortunately, that's the society we live in. So tell me what you think. Put in the comments. Please don't forget, like and subscribe. Thank you guys for listening. We will be ending this podcast for today, and I'm going to end it the way I always end it. If no one told you they love you, I do. I truly, truly do. Make sure you do better today than you did yesterday, and strive for a better tomorrow today. And again, please like and follow. You can find me on Instagram at Mayday_Mayhem. You can find me on Facebook at Ms. Mabel Fleming. And you can find me on TikTok at Mayday Mayhem 1. And don't forget to check out the website at www.maydaymayhem.com, where we'll also connect you to show dates. And it should also connect you to where my to the website and everything else. So everyone, have a great day, have a great night, have a great week, have a great month. And we're gonna sit back, we're gonna watch this year, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. And I'll see y'all next time. Everyone stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. And I'll see y'all next time. Again, make sure you know that you're number one, you're special, you're original, you're irreplaceable, and it's only one you. All right? And I'm out.